Mhm.
Let's talk about challenges real estate brokers and team leaders face in agent training and what to do about it.
Today on the Wandering But Not Lost podcast.
Welcome to Wandering But Not Lost, your online source for finding balance so that you can align, connect, and prosper. And now your hosts, Jen O'Brien and Matt Emerson.
Welcome everyone to the WBNL Wandering But Not Lost podcast, where together we align, connect, and prosper. This is episode 326, and you can find all those show notes over at WBNLpodcast.com. Jen O'Brien, going to be solving some challenges today, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And honestly, we're really calling out today to the brokers, maybe the smaller brokers, or maybe people who just opened a brokerage, and or team leaders who are struggling with how do I train my agents. Now, we're not really talking to larger companies, because if you're at a franchise, you probably have training, or if you're in a mid-sized company, I bet you have training, even though some of you might not have the training that you would like to be doing. Right. So we're going to kind of walk through what are the challenges. So again, our focus is the smaller broker, the independent broker, or team leader that doesn't have an ongoing training program, and they would like to have one. They just don't know what to do about it. So let's cover what some of the issues are for agents that are in those companies. And so before I get into that, I think the biggest challenge, of course, is who do you want to recruit? If you're a broker or a team leader, who is the type of agent that you want to recruit? And you have to address what is the training that they need. So, for example, if you're really going to go after brand new agents, then it really has to be a lot of structured training, right, Matt, and mentoring and really helping people, because that's where I think a lot of newer agents fail, is that they don't feel that they have a game plan. New agents have tons of questions. They generally want to be at a company who is going to say, here's the game plan. Here's what you need to do. Let's sit down and do your business plan. Here's how we do training, and we're going to kind of walk through, some of these other things, like what should the training look like. But that's what newer agents are looking for. But not just new agents want training. There are a lot of seasoned agents even that never really got organized and put things into place, and 2 or 3 year, 5 year agents who really realize, wow, I never really understood how to do a listing presentation, or I need some training. So if you, depending on who you are, that's going to maybe deal with the way that you do training and what kind of training that you put together. But we're going to talk about our solution and how we think it hits all those levels. We'll do that at the end. We're just going to keep walking through what some of these challenges are. So inconsistent training, not having a game plan for your agents can lead to underperformance. That's the bottom line, right? And then it can also lead to turnover. I mean, how many times, Matt, in the companies we've been in, when we've coached or worked with people, that people come in with an expectation, an agent joins you with an expectation that they're going to get coached, mentored, you're going to provide training for them and help them. Now, really, the agent always wants to blame everyone else, but the reality is there's a lot of turnover when what is told to someone about what to expect doesn't actually happen.
That's right.
Right?
Expectations.
So, setting the expectation in the beginning to get somebody on board, you got to deliver the goods, right? You've got to deliver what it is going to be looking like. And it's not just a standalone training program. I mean, everybody can have it, especially a lot of companies have have online training maybe, or some set of videos and so forth. And I think that's not enough. It's a start, but it's not enough, because there has to be a game plan for people there has to be some structure. There has to be a way for people to realize, how are we going to do this? If you just say, here's all the training, it's online, here's your login, just go at it. And when you have a question, come and see me. There will be a small percentage of agents who are self-starters, who like to learn, who will go do that. But to me, I liken it to a gym membership. You buy the gym membership, you have every intention of going. Or for me, sometimes I will buy a course and then I never get around to looking at it, right? Because things get in the way. So it's kind of interesting how that works. So without a structured onboarding and a growth plan for any level of an agent, that's going to, be a challenge for a lot of brokers and teams. And then another one is, oh my gosh, this is big for everybody, struggles with time management and productivity. I think a lot of real estate agents don't have a game plan. They don't have the daily, like the 5 steps we follow every day to keep us on track. They don't use time blocking, and they're all over the place, and they're wondering, why am I not getting any business? So that is definitely a struggle for a lot of people because this business is chaotic, right? Absolutely. It's, today your day could look like this. You can't have totally a perfect day that looks the same every day because you need to be flexible. But it doesn't mean you don't have the elements that need to be in the day.
Right.
Like training that you need to attend, speaking to agents now, training that you need to attend, lead, follow-up, what you're going to do to go to generate some more business, working with active clients, and then doing your admin. Those are, by the way, the 5 do the daily that I just covered, with the exception of, I forgot to say, start with your morning routine.
Exactly.
Okay. And so that can just really lead to frustration for everybody, for you, the leaders, your agents. And let's face it, not everybody that gets into the real estate business, so talking about newer agents, are meant to do real estate. Right. So if your niche is hiring new people, you just have to know you have to hire 10 people to find 3 or 4 of them that are going to really adjust and have what it takes to be self-driven. You can guide them and coach them and mentor them, but you can't go out and do the work for them. Mm-hmm. So the reality of the new people is, we usually say 2 or 3 in 10 make it successfully. I think there's always 1 or 2 that could make it in a different role, like being on somebody's team, maybe being an admin. So then you could have a model maybe that you're recruiting and attracting people that fit your team a certain way, right? So you're looking for people who are not brand new, which is I actually think this is a great model for team building. Don't hire brand new people. Hire people who've been somewhere for a couple years, got some basic training, maybe closed a couple transactions, and they know what they need, and they're going to appreciate what you give them, which is basically what we talk about in our real estate team builder program.
Yeah, that 2 to 3 year agent is a sweet spot for especially team builders. People that aren't maybe necessarily getting the support they need. So they're great they're prime. They're low hanging fruit.
Right. And so the last challenge I think real estate brokers and teams face when it comes to training their agents and training them to be productive agents or getting more productivity out of their existing agents is they really don't have a formal agent training program. That's a combination of on-demand, self-paced training modules and a live interactive training workshop. Right. You need both. That is our experience. We have done this in numerous settings through 25, 30 years of real estate careers. I've personally done so much training in my offices. Now at WBNL, we have created this program. And that's what we want to share with you is how our real estate sales builder program for real estate agents and the certification program, which is a combination of when you buy our certification program, you get a license for the sales builder and a solution for how you can use our agent training program. Matt will talk about that at the end here, where we have different tiers that you can join us and work with us so we can give you the agent training program. The certification program has that, plus all the training Matt and I recorded to show you how to use our training program to supplement it with your local forms and your local processes, what you do in your state, any risk management and compliance things, along with all the tools, how to work your MLS. Those are things we can't obviously do, but we have a core training program of 12 modules that covers everything any level of an agent needs to put successful real estate business systems in place, from fundamentals and business planning to business and financial, almost kind of setting up your future exit strategy, and everything in between, working with buyers and sellers, social media, lead gen, and so on, right? So that is our solution. And what is different about it in our training is that we realize that, it's what I already said, there's a lot of companies out there that have, here's our training, come join it and get online and do your self-paced learning. The way we wrote Sales Builder is with action items. There's always an action plan at the end of every single module. Everything is getting learning based and having people go out and do activities. But what we found is to make it work with the brokers that we've worked with, and we've worked with it in our company, is there has to be a component of accountability, mentoring, and coaching, which we found worked well in weekly training. Weekly training that supplements the videos, meaning the videos can be part of what you show in your training. The videos can be, let's get started with it. Now let's actually do some work. Let's actually role play the listing presentation. If anybody's having problems with it, go watch all the lessons in the listing the training area so that you can know what you have to do in practice, right? So we wrote all of that in our coach manual and how to coach agents, how to run these meetings, how to manage people in a classroom environment. That's all contained in our certification program. So the certification program was designed for you as the broker or the team leader or whoever is going to do your training. Do you have a coach? Do you have a trainer? Do you have a mentor? Well, you can get our program and we'll walk you through exactly how to set up and run live workshops and training with recommendations of things to do, activities to do, just every little detail. We've given you everything that basically we've done. And when you get something like that, I find that, this is what I find, I don't know about you, Matt, if somebody gives me some information or a process, it will stimulate me to come up with other cooler ideas to do. And that's what we really encourage. Like, it's really hard to say, here you go, Matt. Why don't you just come up with, you're going to teach a training class for the next 10 weeks, come up with the syllabus and the program. Yeah. Now, most agents, most coaches, trainers, seasoned agents could come up with something. Some could do better than others, but wouldn't it be better to plug into something that's already there and then make it your own? And that's what's powerful about the live training piece. We've got fundamentals. The majority of it is me training on the way I've always trained and the way I run my businesses. Matt's in there coming in and talking about the Taskmaster, go do this now. But the reality is you can put your flavor and your experience to it, coaches, trainers, team leaders. Okay.
Jan, let's back up just one little step there, because if you're listening to this podcast or you're watching it on YouTube, you're thinking to yourself, well, that's all great and good, Matt and Jan, who the heck give you the where'd you get your wisdom to do this? Well, Jan and I have been in real estate together over almost 65, 70 years almost. And we have been
with combined people. Combined.
Yeah, exactly. It is combined. Or we look damn good.
Yeah, we do.
But we've been with most of the big companies in the United States, and we've either seen and or helped develop a lot of their training programs. The problem with a lot of training programs out there is they are kind of like one size. They try to shove everyone into the same box. And like Jan was already describing, there's not enough of that, the how to and what to do and go out and do it and accountability piece. And that's really, really missing. As a small broker or a team leader and you purchase our program and utilize our program, you have the golden opportunity to make it much more personal, to really put your spin on it, but not have to do all that background work to get the training program started. So it really is it was a project of passion when we were putting that together, because Jan and I both, when we met each other all those years ago, one of the first things Jan and I talked about is how companies, because we were the large brokerage at the time, doesn't really focus enough on what the agent's needs are. So all of us was really built with the agent in mind, not so much as with the broker in mind, except for the fact we want to make it easy for the broker to give the agent what they need. Remember, every agent through training is going to have a different skill set and have a different goal that they're going to want to achieve. And our program allows you to build it around them. It's almost, if you play it right, a training program tailored to each individual agent, as opposed to your company training program.
Boy, that is so well said. And you just made me realize that inside of our certification program, we've included, besides the coaching manual, forms to onboard somebody from a perspective of the first meeting and how to set their game plan up, how to help them get going with what their goals are for the training program or maybe for the next year in their business. We've got accountability and progress tracking built into the system. Not only is it self-paced for the people that might want to go do it, the whole beginning of our Sales Builder program gets people to set goals for the program, track their activities, and then in the certification, we took it to that coach trainer level to put a different accountability spreadsheet together so that you can track your people's performance, right? Yeah. By them reporting back to you. So we've built all of that in. And again, every module that we do in Sales Builder for the agent ends with, let's get to work. Mm-hmm. That is our little, tagline for, we just went through everything. Now go put it into action. And there's a checklist for them to do. And these are the things that you can use to hold them accountable in your weekly meetings and so forth. Yes,
exactly. Let's get to work. We just are working with a brand new company, getting their Sales Builder program all set up. And every time we do that and we co-brand our materials, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, we go in and we update all the documents and do all that stuff to make it their brand. I happen to count how many action items there are in the Let's Get to Work checklist.
Uh-oh.
We have 12 modules in our real estate sales builder program, and if you add up all of the items on that checklist, it's 143 items that you need to make sure that you check off your list, and those are things that you have to do. Let me just tell you something. If you had to sit down and say, here are the 143 things that you need to do to be an effective, well-rounded real estate agent, you wouldn't be able to do it. And so that's what a checklist is for, and that's what it's all about.
Totally.
So those 143 items are what's going to make you have a strong foundation, help you understand how to actually go prospect and get business, and actually how to turn your business around later on down your career and do something else with that. So it's thorough, and that's the point. And then you add your bits in there, your bits and bobs.
Yep.
That 143 can be you do 243.
And not to sound overwhelming, but what we've done is kind of a list, even if they're just little small, can be done in a couple minute tasks. Right. So if we were talking about business planning, for example, it would be things like setting your goals, setting your goals in all the areas of your life. But it could also just be doing a budget, so it's those type of things. In your listing, working with sellers, it's going to be, do you have a listing presentation customized for you? Do you have something that you're going to leave behind? Every agent could use this. Now, some of you may go through it and go, some of your agents may go through and say, well, I don't want to do that. Fine. It's just a comprehensive list. And as Matt says, if you add things they need to do to onboard with you, team leader or broker, to get learn your tools, for example, we've actually listed those things to say these are the things you need to do to customize this checklist so it can work for anybody joining your team or brokerage, right? So that accountability piece is huge from the Let's Get to Work checklist. We provide a full coaching manual as well to help you understand, and there's a lot of chapters in that module about how do you hold people accountable and how do you do that in your one-on-one sessions if you're going to do group. Maybe occasionally you do one-on-ones, and it's just all the things I use when I'm coaching. I've just put all of that information in there. It's a little bit of next level coaching, how to do coaching. And so let's talk about how it is customizable. All right. So when you buy the program, and right now the program, what is the cost of the program just at the standalone level? And then Matt will get into the tiers. Well, hold off on that, and I'll have you just go through the tiers. So we basically have 3 tiers. Matt's going to help you with that, a standalone and how you can co-brand and so on. So the reality is we've got the core training, okay? And then you will partner with us, and based on how you partner with us is how your agent will pay for you, or your agent pays for another license. That's how it works, but you get a license right away, and then you get our actual 4-module certification program that takes you through how to implement it, the supplemental materials, how to run your live trainings to supplement the video, what else you need to add to it. Again, coaching and even promoting and marketing and recruiting agents using this training program.
Right.
So you get all of that, right? So you get to customize it. And all you have to do is to make it yours is to add the things you do in your company and your state, because obviously we can't do that. I've mentioned that. It's turnkey from a perspective of the fundamentals. How you make it a complete program for you is just simply by adding, and we help you walk through that, even adding it to the platform should you choose that level. And so let's talk a little bit about that, and that's what we can just kind of finish up on that today, on how we've made it easy. It's really, really affordable. But can you walk through that, Matt?
Yeah, it's actually too affordable, Jan. We need to talk about that.
Well, obviously we might need to talk about that, but we want to help, team leaders and brokers out there that need something, and we've got a solution for you.
That's right. I always realize that it's too affordable when we're actually in the process of.
I know, talking about it.
Anyway, we do have 3 tiers in our program. The first tier is kind of you just buy it and go. Right. So you don't even need to talk to us. You just purchase the program and you run. It's $597 for that program, which includes those 4 modules in the certification program, plus your 1 license for the real estate sales builder program. There's no brand. You just get the WB&L branding on that. That's the key to that. So, you're buying a third-party training program. You're going to utilize it, in the way that you want to utilize it. All the same tools and systems are available. How you can deliver that program to your agents. It's just in our brand, and so that's $597. Tier 2.
What are the supplemental licenses for when they recruit an agent? If they're in tier 1,
Very good point, Jennifer. If a new agent, I actually have to go back and look at that because now you stumped the.
So Real Estate Sales Builder, as it stands alone, is a $397 program. I believe we give a $50 discount.
It is $50. Yeah, thank you very much. Get you down to $290. Well, whatever that is, $297. Is that what that gets you down to?
No, that would be $100. Whatever, $347.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's $347.
340, yeah, 347. You're exactly right, Jennifer.
Instead of $397.
Good job, yeah. So down to 347 for the individual agent. So I'm glad you brought that up because it's different with every tier. So that's your price per agent when they actually sign on, and then you can do whichever you want to do with that. I mean, if you're a training, if you're a broker that doesn't want the agents to pay for their training. Not something we necessarily agree with because we always believe that the agent should have a little skin in the game. They'll be more engaged usually when you do that. But you can make all those decisions on your end. So you can pay for the agent if you want to, but the agent can pay that as well. That tier 2, which is our most popular tier, is $997. And with that, you get co-branded material. And what that means is we provide you a website that is our Real Estate Sales Builder program, but it has been completely rebranded with your colors, your look and feel, and the ability to add your personalized videos, your documents, the things that really are personalized to your company into the training program. And that is the most popular option for people because it really makes the most sense. It really makes that training program yours. So the videos are going to be the same no matter what. It's going to be Jan and I, and it's going to be in the WBNL look and feel. However, the website can be much more flexible and much more personalized to your company. And it can really work almost like a little intranet really for your company as well. So it works out really, really well. That price on that is, like I said, $997. And then the agent actually pays $297 for the individual price to go on there. So there's a little bit more of a discount. It's $50 on that first tier, $100 on that second tier when the agent goes in and buys it. So it's a better deal for the agent.
And we have a $50 hosting fee that goes with that middle because we're basically
my next, because we do, in the first program, you buy it and you're on your own. Mm-hmm. In the second tier program, we will touch base with you on a monthly basis or as needed. And if you want to upload, a few new documents, or if you have a new video you want to upload to the program, we'll touch base with you on that. We'll also let you kind of keep a running. If you are really in on the game here and you're doing a lot of recruiting, we'll give you a monthly list of who's joined and, how your agent population is building on Sales Builder, who signed up and who hasn't signed up, and all of that kind of stuff. So we'll keep you informed on that. So it's an ongoing process. Really, we become your partner in your training program as far as the back end. Once we get you up and running and you feel confident on how to actually train through the program. And then the third tier is what we
Matt, before you move on, it just came to me what a clarity around tier 1, tier 2 is. Tier 1, standalone, you do it on your own. We'll do an initial consultation, see if you have any questions. The big difference in the co-branded one is you actually get a portal. You get a portal. You do not get a portal in thus the $50 a month, which allows you we'll upload for you, by the way. You won't have access to upload and download. Right. We'll do that work for you as part of the $50, and we're hosting it. But I never thought of it that way. That is a significant difference. It's DIY, tier 1.
Yeah. That's right.
And tier 2, let's co-brand, let us help you come on board and get this going. You can add content to it every month, and we host a portal for you, which you could actually get a domain name and drive people to. Yeah,
that's what we would recommend that you do. Absolutely. And then that third choice is a white label choice where we can go in and really just take the WBNL out, and it becomes your own personal training program. That program, obviously, there was a large expense to that because every video has to be done. There's over 90 videos and 96 videos, I think, in the program. So a lot of work has to go into that. So it's just a significant price tag to that. Not dissuading people from going down that option, but let me just tell you that there's a lot of times that having that third party connected to your training gives it a little more credibility and validity. So just think that through. We can discuss all those different options when we get together with our consultation and really talk through the program. One thing, I just had it and I just lost it. The thing that really makes this great about your training, all of the financial part of it is handled on our website. So you don't have to deal with making people's agents cash. You don't have to worry about that whole money part of it, because they'll go right onto our website. They will actually put their credit card number in, all very secure and safe. And, that's how they'll sign up. We are the ones that handle the back end, the login information, really their access and all of that stuff. So you don't have to worry about all of that. I guess really, the key to all of this is and one of the major drivers for us is to have a quality program that you can go out and you can personalize to your style, which is a big, huge part of it. But also it takes kind of a lot of that headache out of the way, where you don't have to worry about a lot of the administrative part of it, or you don't have to worry about the website part. We use a platform called Kajabi. It's been around for a long time. I have never seen it go down. So the reliability of that platform is very, very strong. And you don't have to worry about not having your agents have access to the materials.
And let me add this, the Sales Builder core training is the second generation of that training. It's the second one that we recorded just a couple years back. Now, what Matt and I have just realized, and we kind of wanted to wait until we got past the first almost year of the NAR changes, and we will be updating. There's a couple things we're going to be updating to various modules, and one will be variations in talking about working with buyers and sellers regarding the NAR settlement. And we're contemplating adding some things in there since we're using it in partnering with AI for real estate. We've already done some content around that, and I think we'll take that and take it to the next level. So the point I'm making is once you get our program, it's updated and modified as needed. And again, we're in the second. There's no need to re-record all the videos because they will stand the test of time. We're just going to augment it with bonus materials along the way.
Absolutely. So you might be wondering, how do I get this program?
There you go.
There you are. Well, you get our real estate builder, a sales builder certification program by going over to our website. Several places you can find it. You can find it on the home page. You can find it in our courses, but we also have a whole page that is just set up for brokers, and it goes through it in great detail on that page. So I would suggest going there if you want to learn more, and that's wbnlcoaching.com/brokers. There's videos in there. There's just a ton of information about not only the certification course, but about the real estate sales builder course itself and how those two are linked, and and that whole process there. So go over to that broker page and get all the information on there. There is a form on there if you want more information, or if you want to chat with us about that. Fill out that form and we will get back to you, set up a Zoom call, and walk you through the whole process. And the goal of that phone call is to learn more about you, see what kind of fit we are, and how that will work, but also to make sure that you are choosing the right program that's going to fit your needs. All of our programs are very scalable. That's the whole purpose of it. So we want to make sure that you're buying something that's going to fit your needs for now, but also for your goals for the future.
There it is, folks. Check out Real Estate Sales Builder and the certification course if you're a broker, team leader, trainer, coach, ready to take your agents to the next level.
That's right. And when you do that, you will align, connect, and prosper.
There it is.
See you next week.